Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to review a movie channel that just dropped. And I really don't, do too many movie reviews on this channel. Usually it's just like life talk and everything like that right now. But this is interesting when you see things get remade, because there's this new Roadhouse movie that's coming out with Jake Gyllenhaal, and then it's featuring Conor McGregor as like the bad guy in this one. So you're going to see Jake Gyllenhaal face down Conor McGregor, and there's a lot of talks. And I am a fan of the UFC, obviously. I even do a side channel that's about MMA commentary, so if you ever want to check that out, I'll send you the link. But pretty much it's Conor McGregor who's actually just kind of like playing himself, like this wild, manic like dude who's just causing a ton of destruction. Because we all remember that dolly out of the bus incident that happened when he was fighting Khabib Nurmagomedov. But I think that, remakes in the movie industry are pretty interesting. And I really don't see Jake Gyllenhaal. I think he's kind of underselling himself as an actor by doing this, to be honest, because the guy's done some hits. Donnie Darko was timeless. He was in that one boxing movie, Southpaw. That was actually really good. I enjoyed that. But I'm actually going to just give this movie a shot. Why not? This is just my thoughts on the trailer, and I'm not expecting too much, because when it comes to remakes, you don't expect a whole lot. And I was never someone who watched the first Roadhouse movie, so I don't really know. I can't really just crap all over this. All I am confirmed now is that it's just Conor McGregor basically playing himself, because they've been talking a lot about him switching to acting, because if you understand his UFC career now, he's in a real make-or-break situation with Michael Chandler, and if Michael Chandler beats Conor McGregor this time around, I feel like his career as a UFC fighter is just done, and it's sad to see, just because as a person who used to be a fan during his come up in the 145 era and his double champ status, and then him never just going to defending a belt, and then just the hiatus followed by the Khabib fight, followed by all the antics, breaking a fan's phone and taking it, getting charged with that, punching an old man in the bar. The guy just completely became a former shell of himself, because I usually liked Conor McGregor, because not only was he trash talking and backing it up, he just chose to be an inspiration to people who would want to come from nothing, and he would show people that no, you could come from nothing. You could come from just absolutely anywhere and make something of yourself. His story was super inspirational, as mean to the other fighters as he was. But now, kind of seeing him now, it's just you could tell the fame's kind of gotten to his head, and you just tell he's not really acting a whole lot. He's just being himself. We'll see where this goes. I mean, it might be entertaining to watch, but just knowing that it's fictional fighting, especially if you understand any sort of martial arts, you understand the difference between real fighting and movie fighting. Even though to watch movie fighting and any sort of Cobra Kai style show fighting is still pretty fun. I'm not going to knock that. I still think it's just entertaining just to watch the story go down. And you know what? Conor McGregor is probably getting some sort of payday from this, and good for him. He's a successful businessman. He knows how to market himself. You can't really knock his antics. My only problem with him is when his fans are all delusional about his status, how he's going to come back and have the greatest story ever told. I think his story or his prime fighting years are well behind him, and the more he puts off returning to the octagon, I want the UFC fans of his just to kind of know that it's not going to go anywhere, guys. I think it's safe to say that he might beat Michael Chandler, but then if he takes on Islam Makhachev, he's going to lose to Islam, because Islam's been fighting the who's, the people who have been in there in the trenches. But as much of his fighting career as I think is just kind of dimming down, let me be honest with you, good for him for doing another venture. I think at least he should stick with other things. I don't want to hate the guy or be a hater of the person, but I just want to look at his current standing in the world as it is. And yeah, he's a public figure. He's got a name behind himself. He's set for life. Him and his family, his kids aren't ever going to have to worry about money, which is good for them. He's really made a name for himself, and he's doing good things for his family. And even though I'm watching this movie and I really want to just kind of take it for what it is, even though I don't know what Roadhouse is, even though I just know Patrick Swayze was in the original one, it's a remake, and that's really the standard for Hollywood. It's just rehashing old things because they're all out of ideas. I still think it's just kind of a sign that Conor has finally just transitioned from being a fighter to just being a celebrity, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I just don't know how his fighting career is going to come back. But yeah, I think I've said everything I've said. Not going to really talk in circles here, but I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out.